Time is 6:17 and time now for What's Trending. A New Hampshire couple woke up over the weekend to find a black bear trapped on their mud porch, and he caused quite the damage. Melissa Champney and her husband were woken to a noise overnight to a bear trapped. The bear was stuck for about 45 minutes and as he blocked the home's only entrance. Melissa's husband had to jump out of a window and open the door to the mud porch from the other end to free the bear. And the bear did get away, but not before leaving behind some serious damage to the home. And you know, that causes some, oh man, that's a lot of damage to the home there. I couldn't imagine having a bear in the air, and we have bears in the area, but I can't imagine one being in the home and all the damage that those things can cause.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I'm looking at the video right now, and it's just, I'm at a loss for words. And one other thing that also kind of surprises me, that's that home's only entrance.
Yeah.
And for a home, I'm kind of surprised, because you would think with most homes there would be at the very least a couple doors.
I got two.
Yeah, two. So
I got,
you would think there'd be at least another entrance, but I guess jumping through a window is probably the best way you can try to get that, let that bear out. But I don't know, who knows how that bear got trapped in. We're going to be warming up soon, so bears are going to be waking up. They're going to start coming out.
My neighbor told me that there's a few that hibernate in the area and to be on the lookout for them come spring. So I'll be looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen a wild bear since moving up here.
No, I've only seen one bear, and it was dead. It was unfortunately hit by a car, but that's the only time I've actually seen a bear. And otherwise, I have not seen any live bears up here in Wisconsin. Now, when I traveled to Tennessee years ago, I remember seeing some live bears.
I mean, I've seen them at the zoos, but that's about it for me.
Yeah, zoos definitely different. Zoos are definitely a different ball game there. But meanwhile, though, if we're going to keep this animal theme going, with a real-life dog that was at the center of a small crisis that unfolded over the course of 2 hours in a swift-moving river in Los Angeles. The dog and his owner were originally spotted in the LA River in Van Nuys, and the owner was swiftly rescued, but the dog, likely confused and frightened, the dog evaded and even bit rescuers trying to help. And at one point, a bystander jumped in and grabbed onto the animal, but he too was reportedly bit and had to be rescued. And ultimately, authorities allowed the dog to continue down the river to a calmer and more shallow spot where they were finally able to execute an effective rescue and took the dog to get checked out. And boy, what a time that was. So that poor dog probably just definitely freaked out, though. Probably its defensive instincts, at least what it could do, was definitely trying to, I guess it thought protect itself from.
It doesn't know what's going on at that point, so like I feel bad for the dog in that situation because everyone's trying to help and he doesn't know what to do because they don't necessarily understand being rescued or like what that fully means. You know, granted, he probably is a little younger, so he has the energy to do it. My old dog probably just, granted, she just liked people in general, so she probably wouldn't have mattered it either way.
Yeah, I mean, she probably would have wanted to be like, come to people right away.
She's not one to be that defensive to begin with, so she'd let you do whatever you want to her.
Hopefully good things, obviously.
Oh, obviously,
so, obviously, yeah.
She's really good for that. So,
definitely.
But staying in California for this last story, here's something to discuss at your next wine and cheese party. Wayward Spirit, a California company, is turning cheese byproducts into alcohol. Whey is the liquid that comes from curdled and strained milk. U.S. cheesemakers produced 100 billion pounds of whey in 2020. And Wayward ferments the whey so that it can be reused as a drink. Ben & Jerry's joined forces with the distiller and is now using Wayward whey in its Dublin mudslide ice cream. Wayward officials say they've so far processed 500,000 pounds of what they otherwise would have been wasted. And, you know, I love to hear about the stories of reusing, recycling kind of thing. I don't know if you'd really want to call it recycling, but reusing old products into something better. And, you know, cheese alcohol, that's really
that's
interesting.
Two things in Wisconsin that cheese and alcohol that Wisconsin is known for, and you basically got two of those products working together here. So that gets very interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely try that for sure. I like both of those products, so, you know, it could be really good.
Yeah, you mentioned you like an old-fashioned, too. It was actually Jeff that got me into the old-fashions, so those are actually pretty darn good.
They really are. So how do you like yours?
I think brandy, if I remember right. I always get confused on how.
Good choice.
I always get confused on how to request it, but I think I get the brandy. So it's some good stuff there.